Okay, so I'm going to answer this. Now, this isn't geared necessarily towards you specifically, but towards the fact that people keep coming on here and going, that's not what Aryan means. Duh. That is not what it used to mean. Like, that's not the original meaning. I know, I get that. But here's what ended up happening is that when the mustache man came into play, they took it to mean an ideal looking person. I'm not the only person who knows this. I have been studying this for, let's just say, all year, because I've been trying to figure out how can I find information about how we got out of these different, we as human beings have got out of these different instances of the same stupidity that we tend to go through as human beings, because always some stupid male guy, whatever, just gets it in their brain that they have to squash people because they are so low value, low energy, low vibes, that the only way they can feel good about themselves is to try to dominate people and whatever. So the whole point of this, let's take a look at Google. Now, I'm using Google because of the fact that it's available right now, but I can go to DuckDuckGo or whatever the hell you want me to. But again, even in my studies, I can tell you this is what Aryan was supposed to mean, right? This is what Aryan was supposed to mean, but this is not what Aryan began to mean to these idiots. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit so that you can understand exactly what it means. This concept of a superior Aryan race was most infamously adopted by these folks. This guy promoted a Nordicist version of the Aryan race, idealizing specific physical traits like blonde and blue eyes. Let's follow the information. Now, this is actually where I learned about it, and that was with these people. I think they would know. But let's go here. So again, long history. It's supposed to refer to people who spoke a variety of related languages, blah, 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 blah. But this began to mean a mythical race that was supposedly superior to others in this place that we are following and copying because our people salute and wear badges. This is what it means. 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 Yes, I'm neurodiverse, so I got stuck on that. Hold on. These people have an entire page dedicated. See that word? It's right there. Dedicated towards breaking it down according to this guy who did this thing. So again, it's right here. Unfounded belief of an existence in an Aryan race. They used it to be master race, and then the way that they did it was to look for these type of people. This is what it means for them. See, a German teacher singles out a child with Aryan features for special praise. This is what it means. This is why the Sydney Sweeney commercial and the Dunkin' Donuts commercial is problematic because we, again, as a country, harbored people from the 1940s who committed these atrocities. We gave them money in exchange for them to be our scientists, brain drain, the reverse of it, right? So we harbored people who did these monstrosities, these atrocities to the people who are now committing the same atrocities to even browner people. It's always back to race. I guess y'all don't know this, but it really is always back to race. And there is no way for someone in this world of dominant genes, which are brown hair, brown eyes, those are dominant. The other things are mutations. There is no way to call someone a superior race if they are brown hair, black hair, red hair, whatever. Well, actually, I don't know how the red-haired thing went bad like that, but someone convinced them those people were of the devil. Again, that's a UK thing. But anyway, that's what it means. And we're getting right back there because my jeans are blue. This is what it means, y'all. Stop trying to correct me. I have been studying this with my autistic traits very deeply. That's why I'm so disturbed that we still haven't done anything else when we have playbooks to go by. Sorry, there was a million thoughts right now. But that is what it means. That is exactly what the fuck it means. Because it is WW2 type of stuff. Okay? We're not talking about the origin. We're talking about the moved and translated and transformed language that was used by the very people our country is copying. And again, to finish my earlier thought, we harbored these N-words and they never had to pay for it. So now, what was that, 1940? So what are we, 80 years in? We have about 2 to 3 generations of that hate propagated in our own country. These are the very same people who had money because our government gave it to them, and they also stole art and stuff, and they also were able to sell the things that they stole from the Jewish people. And so a lot of our rich people are some descendants of monsters. We're talking the N-word people, we're talking the Confederates, we're also talking the Jim Crow people. We're talking the Trailer Tears people. We are talking the KKK people. We are talking about the worst of human beings who are in our legislative, judicial, and executive branches. Fancy Pants Vance is a descendant of someone who was part of the Lincoln Plot. These are the people running this country. That is why they're so hell-bent on white supremacy. And now they brought in more apartheid people. By the way, those people were here too because that was back in the 80s, and they were rich because they stole from the Africans, and they had all those terrible mines, the uranium mine, which was that Teal's people? I think that was Teal's people with the uranium. And then you had Musk people with the emerald, the exploitation of one of the richest countries or richest continents in this world. We have their gross descendants here. So look at the mezcla, look at the mix we have running our country and our corporations. Apartheid heirs, N-word descendants, Confederate, those are the poor parts of the people for most part, because those are the ones, my heritage, carrying a flag and missing some teeth for the most part. The Trailer Tears people, blah, 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 blah. We got the whole list. And the KKK, yeah, they were in legislation and law and all that stuff anyway. They would take off their hoods and go to work. Those descendants, those my heritage descendants are here. And those knights, those brotherhood, the knights, whatever. God, y'all so stupid. Y'all just do cosplay. Anyway, all those people are spread all over this country, but they are very much so concentrated in our lawmakers and our law enforcers. So yeah, that is what this means. Because my jeans are blue.